Hi, my name is Troels. I have this elective course. I call it Domain-Centric Architecture, or DCA for short. I consider it the spiritual successor of SDJ2, SV, and DNP. This elective course will build upon elements taught in these three base courses. From SDJ2, you were taught MVVM, a way to create structure in your application. You saw design patterns, general solutions to general problems, and we dealt with how to improve the general design and structure of a system. In SV, you were taught the solid principles, ever relevant and important, and you were taught how to analyze a problem domain. I have used a rich picture to represent this here, but it's about the requirements, the use cases, the diagrams, and the domain model. And in DNP, you were taught C#, which we will use in this elective, even though the concepts, everything taught is applicable in just about any language. You got an introduction to ASP.NET, and again, we will use this for a web API. And again, you could use Spring Boot from Java to achieve the same things as we do in this course. And Entity Framework Core, which we will explore even further this time. So, what is DCA about? You might consider it a back-end course. You are already experts in various GUI and front-end frameworks, so I figured it was time to also make sure your server side is not a complete mess. This is a basic course. It's not part of any specialization, and this is because the knowledge taught here can be broadly applied to many areas of computer science, all kinds of systems. Whether you do regular full-stack applications, game development, websites, etc. I'm sure there are areas of IoT where this is relevant too, or at least part of this course. So whenever you need to create a complex system, which should live for more than just a few months, you must design it so that it is easy to evolve and change over time. That's the focus of this course. You will be given a project case with a description from a fictitious customer. You will be given requirements and use cases. The hope here is that you will see the value of thorough analysis and in the future not just skip lightly over this part. With these use cases and descriptions, development is often a lot more straightforward. You have already thought out how everything should work. You will then develop the system during the course. Each week apply the knowledge taught to expand the system further. We will discuss various architectural styles. For example, this is a layered architecture from SEP2. I hope you remember how that looks like. Now this time we will focus on just the back end, as I mentioned, the server side. And perhaps instead of layers, you want to create slices, a vertical slice architecture. Or we could use the hexagonal architecture or the onion or something similar. We are going to mix and match the best from each of these styles. The essential goal here is to avoid the dreaded big ball of mud, where it is utterly impossible to change anything. And instead we want to create an architecture which supports a rich behavioral domain model. This domain model is where the actual problem is solved by our system. It is the central part. It is the heart of our system. The domain model will be developed using tactical patterns from domain-driven design. It will result in a rich, complex domain model. For example, like this one. It looks a bit different from what you have seen on previous semesters, but this time the domain model is where the problem is actually solved. The domain model is responsible for the logic, the rules, the validation, the processes, the workflows, and the behavior of the system. It is all encapsulated in the domain model. Here is where the complexity is managed. It is the heart of the system, and the system should evolve around the domain model. We will also apply architectural patterns. For example, commands, handlers, dispatchers, or CQRS, among others. All the way through the course, the system is going to be developed through testing, both unit testing or integration testing, but all of them automated. You will be writing many tests. You will get a lot of practice on different approaches and strategies, and you will get a nice, cozy, comforting feeling in your stomach because your entire system can be verified with just a few clicks. So, in short, this course, you'll develop a backend for a somewhat complex system. We will apply elements from domain-driven design, and we will evolve the system guided by tests. We will visit different architectural styles and apply the best from each, and we will see several architectural patterns. All of this end up with a system which actually has a lifetime spanning further than just the near future. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in my classroom.